Dr. Chernick here. I've wanted to show off my collection for a while, but it's in kind of a messy state of affairs, to put things bluntly. Mostly because I don't have actual bookshelves yet, due to my living situation. I'm just trying to get my room finished, and I figured I wouldn't buy anything until that's done, so I'm going to try and sort of set things up piece by piece on the table here, and yeah, hopefully it'll work out nicely. My trades. Most of these I've already shown off in video since I don't really get many trades. So, The Demon, Garth Ennis, awesome. Supergirl Volume 4, now I have this is 5. I have volumes 1 through 3 as well, just my girlfriend has them right now. JLA number 1, really random. I've got the first 3 Nightfalls, well, the only 3 Nightfalls. Awesome story arc. Invincible, Compendium 1 and 2. Planets, I'm pretty sure I've showed. Trigon Omnibus, currently working my way through that. Astro Boy, about halfway done that. Full Metal Alchemist, 1 through 9, these are the 3-in-1s. One Punch Man, 1 through 4, shown these before as well. I've also got Monster Perfect Edition, this actually just came in, it'll be in my next haul video. And Ultraman 1 through 2, I've also shown these off as well. Yeah, that's it, that's all I got in trade paperback. I'm not really big on trades, but now that I've started reading more manga, that's going to start showing up more as well. So my standard hardcover stuff. I've got a DC pile, a Marvel pile, and Image/manga pile. These are my standard size or less than standard size books. So, I mean, the JoJo ones I've mostly showed. This one just came in the mail, Volume 2 of Part 2, really excited. I actually read Part 1, Volume 1, and was blown away. I can't wait to finish this. But yeah, these are the only manga hardcovers I've got at the moment. I'm really looking forward to reading and investing in Vinland Saga. And the other one I've got is the Southern Bastards Book 1. Solicited by accident on Amazon as a deluxe. I still don't care, this is awesome, really good. It's got Southern recipes in the back too, so worth checking out for sure. Second biggest pile, my DC pile. So I've got the Batman by Doug Munch and Kelly Jones. I picked this up for the Kelly Jones art, which is awesome. It's a great read. I definitely want to get the Norm Breyfogle one, maybe the Len Wein one, but you know, sometimes money just isn't around. I've got a few archives that I got really cheap for, I think they were half off at my store. A lot of these standard hardcovers are half off actually that I got, you know, for $5 a piece. So, got Green Lantern Volume 1, Volume 2, and that will have collected, I think, up until 38, not sure. I've got Starman Volume 1, awesome stuff. And I've got Authority Volume 1 and 2, Warren Ellis, Mark Millar, you know, Brian Hitch, Frank Quitely. It's amazing stuff. Pick those up if you can. And lastly, my Marvel pile. So the first 5 or so books are Mark Waid's run on Captain America. So To Serve and Protect contained 1 through 7. Well, I want to focus. Either way, that was $5. You know, American Nightmare, $5 again. Red Glare, $5 again. And Man Out of Time. I think this was like $2. So that was great. I've got Mark Millar's run on Fantastic Four, which isn't in order now that I look at it. But, let me just... Yeah. So, you've got World's Greatest, first story arc, and then The Masters of Doom. I really liked it. Brian Hitch artwork, it's really good. I was surprised. I don't necessarily read a lot of Fantastic Four, but this run I really enjoyed. So like you saw, I've got Mark Waid's, those are also half off by the way, $5 each I think. I've also got Mark Waid's Indestructible Hulk. Not really a fan of these Marvel, whatever they're called, premiere hardcovers. But I also got these half off. They were like $5 as well. So I just picked up Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, and Volume 4. So all in all, not the worst read, but not Mark Waid's best either. I've also got this random Marvel Masterworks for Thor, which is pretty fun. I mean, Silver Age is what it is. Next up, I've got Ghost Rider: The Road to Damnation by Garth Ennis, which is just amazing. Clayton Crane artwork. Also got this, I think, for $5 at a garage sale. It was awesome. And then I got this also from the same store for $5. Trail of Tears. So I've got Garth Ennis' Ghost Rider material. And then I've got, not really a prize jewel, but something I'm quite proud of. I actually got all of Stephen King's Dark Tower that has been released in hardcover. So it starts with The Gunslinger Born. Jay Lee artwork is great. The Long Road Home. Treachery. Fall of Gilead. Battle of Jericho Hill. And this is actually a great read. It's a lot of fun, especially if you've read the books. It has some differences, but it's still really good, and the artwork is fantastic. The Journey Begins. The Little Sisters of Eluria. Battle of Tull. The Way Station. And The Man in Black. Unfortunately, none of the Drawing of the Three stuff has been released in hardcover, which is really disappointing. And I know there's an omnibus for this stuff, but the reason I got it in hardcover is mostly because, again, it was in the 50% off pile. I think I paid, it was more than 50% off. I think I paid like $3 for each one of these. And if you see here, they're much more than that. So I was really, really happy about these. Really glad I found them, and they're great reads. I think I binge read all of these in like a day or two. It was really addicting. So these are all my standard hardcovers. Quite a mess, but it is what it is. And hopefully I'll find some more. It's been a while since I visited the 50% off rack at my local comic book store, but I should do that again sometime soon. Next set of books is rather unique. I haven't seen any other collector have anything like these. And they're basically my custom-bound hardcover books. And what that means is I had single issues, and I decided I'm not going to collect single issues anymore. So there was a book bindery near my school, and basically they bound comics into these books for $20 a pop. So I figured I'd give it a try. I sent in one, and absolutely loved it. It was amazing. I think it was Wonder Woman by Azzarello, which you'll see. And yeah, I decided I'd go with it. So basically, every book bindery is different, but mine sort of had this standard design. You write whatever you want on the spine. You basically design it yourself on paper. And you submit whatever issues you want with whatever loose paper. So if you want to make your own table of contents, whatever, you can do that too. So I've got Marvel Events. All it's got is Age of Ultron and Original Sin. Nothing special, not even worth looking at. I kind of regret doing that. This one I like actually a lot. Beast of West Year 1. So just to show you what's going on here, this is the really simple title page I made for it. And I just put the world on the back. I just got these printed at a local hardware store. And yeah, the binding's actually pretty nice on these. Actually, I'll show you a bigger book. This one's pretty thin. But yeah, that's the basic gist of it. So, year 1 of East of West, I've got all new X Factor, all the issues, however many there were. Justice League Dark, and this includes everything from issue 1 up until and including the end of Blight, which was the Forever Evil sort of tie-in. Just to show you the binding, it's actually pretty nice. Apologize, bad lighting. But yeah, the binding's actually pretty great. And yeah, so I basically cut out some ads. If there were two-sided ads, I cut them out. But it's really cool. It's a good way to preserve your comics, I guess. especially if you feel there's no chance there will ever be a hardcover version of them. So Captain America, this is Remender's run in its completion. I haven't cracked these open in a long time. Thor, and this is God of Thunder by Aaron and Esad Ribic and some other artist. Uncanny X-Men 1, this one was rather random. It's up until and including Battle of the Atom, I believe. Yeah, another title page I made. Yeah, Battle of the Atom's in there. Nothing too crazy. This one, I kind of screwed up. It's Justice League, up to and including Trinity War. Now that should say Road to Forever Evil, which I didn't realize when I first picked it up, otherwise I would have told them right away. And if you look at the table of contents I made, I actually wrote Road to Forever Evil. And yeah, it collects everything from issue number 1 up to and including Trinity War. You can use trades, you can use single issues, you can even get hardcovers rebound if you wanted to get more than one. So this is my Azzarello Wonder Woman book. This was my first one. It's a table of contents. I did every single issue. This was like really testing the water. I wish I'd done them double-sided, but that was one of my first errors. And yeah, it has all 35-ish issues in there. Yeah, they all come with the ribbon bookmark too, so it was pretty cool. It was a nice little stint I had, but I got over it pretty quickly. So that's all the ones I had made. If you have any questions about these, just hit me up. I love talking about it, even though I'm not really partaking in this anymore. Alright, damn, I'm a bit winded. These are all of my oversized deluxe editions that I've got, varying from IDW to Vertigo. Hopefully this is all of them. I've still got all of that to sort through, but I'm pretty sure the rest of those are Omnibuy. I know I've got the Vertigo stuff, but the Valiant Comics stuff, but I'll do that in a second. So let's start with the smallest pile. Still not that small. This is sort of my Image plus the one IDW book I have for now. Next one comes out in March, really excited. So the TMNT Deluxe Edition, IDW Collection actually they're called, really freaking great. This is one of the best comic series being published right now. Seriously, if you're not reading this, you're wasting your time. Next up, Private Eye Deluxe Edition. This was phenomenal. I read most of it digitally when Vaughn and Martin were releasing it, but man, getting it in a hardcover was amazing. Such a great read. Really pick that up if you have the money. Noah got this when the movie came out because I really enjoyed the movie and I thought I'd read this. Really good. It's got odd dimensions, but great read. If you have, again, the money, go buy it. It's amazing. Great art, great story. Lazarus Book 1, nothing needs to be said. It's Lazarus. Greg Rucka is absolutely killing it. Rat Queens, Volume 1. I actually haven't read this. The binding is really tight. Let me see. I'm not really the biggest fan of it. It's actually some of the tightest binding in any Image book. But I'll give it a shot. I've heard amazing things about the series, so. Next up is Saga. Saga Volume 1. This is a doozy. I don't have East of West Year 1 because I have that hardcover I showed you, but I do plan on getting it. But this is the biggest Image book so far, and it's fantastic. Saga, everyone said good things about it. Five Ghosts, probably it's a sleeper hit. Really good. Seriously, pick this up so we can get a second one sometime in the future. It's about a dude who basically can switch between ghosts. One of them's Sherlock Holmes. Another one is Dracula. Another one's Robin Hood. One is, I think, Merlin, the mage, and the last one I don't remember, some kind of samurai, slipping my mind right now, and Fatal Volumes 1 and 2. So these are all of my Image Deluxes. I'm missing a few, like Revival and Revival, Manhattan Projects, East of West, like I mentioned. Chew, of course, damn. But yeah, those are works in progress. Let's hit up the Marvel. So I showed you guys my Millar Fantastic Four stuff, which was regular size hardcovers. But I've got all of Mark Waid's Fantastic Four in the oversized hardcovers, which is actually a really good run that I don't think a lot of people have read. If you can possibly get your hands on it, do it. These are out of print from what I know, but I found them at a lot of comic book stores, and I actually got, I believe, 2 out of the 3 for 50% off. No, I got all 3 of them actually for 50% off at different stores, but I managed to snag them all. Really good run, a lot of fun, and it's a Fantastic Four you'll care about. Next up, Marvel 1602. Neil Gaiman's little story back in the 17th century, early 17th century. Really good stuff. I have also got his Eternals oversized hardcover, which is awesome too. John Romita Jr. when his artwork was actually good. And Captain America Sentinel of Liberty is pretty crappy, but it was part of my Mark Waid Captain America run, so I just had to pick it up. Damn guys, sorry if I'm breathing heavy, but I've sort of got to bend over to pick all these up, and jeez. Alright, more Mark Waid. Daredevil 1, 2, 3, I'm sure you guys have seen these, like No Tomorrow, and Deadpool, Dugan and Bozane, 1, 2, 3, and 4. That is my entire Marvel Deluxe Edition collection. I can't say I'm going to be getting more just because their prices have been somewhat ridiculous. And I know I've got Daredevil 1 through 3, and Mark Waid's run continues through 2 more, but for the price to page count, I can't justify buying them. So I'm sad to say I probably won't. Same goes for Star Wars and Amazing Spider-Man. Hopefully Amazon provides higher discounts like they used to. If that's the case, I will get them, but otherwise probably not. Complaining. Let's get to the DC stuff. Swamp Thing by Scott Snyder. This is an amazing hardcover, absolutely gorgeous. Not my favorite Swamp Thing material, but still really good. Multiversity, work of art. If you've watched Riley's video, I'm pretty sure Joachim has done something. It's just, Multiversity is such a good read. It is one of the best storylines ever told. Grant Morrison, freaking amazing. Can't wait for Multiversity 2. Superman Unchained, Scott Snyder again. Decent stuff, not too bad. Nothing too special. Batman Year 100 and the Other Tales. I actually had never read the Other Tales before, and they're actually really good. So pick this up if you can. Paul Pope's artwork. I believe he's on art duties here. Yeah, he is. It's not too clean. It's very rough, but I dug it. It was like a mix of Mignola and some kind of really messy artist. But that's all I can come up with. I'm out of breath. Dial H, Deluxe Edition. Really good. This actually blew my mind when I first read it. It collects all of the issues of Dial H. It actually doesn't list them here, but there's quite a few of them. It's really good. Really different. Definitely one of the most unique DC reads. Green Arrow, Lemire Sorrentino. I've already shown you guys in a haul. Batman Gothic. I really like this. Early Morrison stuff. Nothing too wild, but still a really good read. I like Klaus Jansson's artwork always, so. Got more Morrison here. JLA Earth 2. Great little read. It's a bit pricey compared to the amount of content you get, but it has you can reread it. It has that factor to it. Next up, Crisis on Infinite Earths. I actually got this and I haven't read it. I've read this event before, but I haven't read the oversized hardcover. I really need to get to it. It's a beautiful. Oh man! When I first got it, I was astonished how lovely this thing is. Newsprint paper. It's got bonus content, the entire history of the DC universe up until that point. Really cool. Kid Eternity, Grant Morrison. I've already shown you guys this. Really awesome. And Trinity by Matt Wagner, also showing you guys. I believe I've shown you guys. No, I haven't. This is going to be in a February haul, but yeah, I got this really beautiful book. 3-issue premiere series, really good stuff. Matt Wagner killed it, both in art and writing. These are my Vertigo books. Surprised to say, this is my largest pile. I'm surprised, but I'm glad, because Vertigo is awesome. I can't wait, especially for the rest of this. Sweet Tooth, Volume 1. Powered through this in what seemed like no time at all, but wound up being an entire day. It is so good. It was my first time reading it. Absolutely loved it. Sweet Tooth, pick it up while you can. I think it's only going to be 3 volumes in total. Jeff Lemire's artwork isn't for everyone, but it was for me. Scouts, so far we've got 1, 2, and 3. Again, apologize for the heavy breathing. Lifting all this stuff is actually pretty damn exhausting, so forgive me. Why the Last Man, volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, and The Thing That'll Make You Cry, 5. Damn you, Brian K. Vaughan. That last issue, man, every time I read it, I weep like an uncontrollable child. Sandman Overture, DMZ, wherever you are in the world, however you pronounce it, volumes 1, 2, 3, I think this is 3, this is 1 actually, sorry, 1, 2, 3, whatever, search it up, 4, and 5. Amazing series. I just recently finished it. Absolutely enjoyed it. It is an addictive read. If you're going to buy it, just buy all 5 at once so you can just sit and read it as long as you can. It is so good. Amazing character building, amazing world building, and it's just great political, journalistic writing by Brian Wood. The massive library editions are going to be coming out soon, or have already come out, depending when you've watched this video. Get those ASAP. I'm going to go over library editions in a bit, but they are awesome, worth every single penny. Right, on to the next set. So, I mentioned the Valiant Deluxes that I own, so I'll start there. Valiant Comics is actually doing a really good job with their deluxe editions, considering how small of a company they are, and their market share in general. But yeah, if you wanted to check out this company, these are the best way to do it. If you can't find the singles, this is the Divinity Deluxe edition. I showed you guys this. Really good stuff. Amazing read. I've got Bloodshot Volume 1. Bloodshot is awesome. Volume 2. XO Manowar Volume 1. Amazing. XO Manowar is another amazing character. Seriously great. Harbinger Volume 1 and Volume 2. Really loving this team. They are the Valiant Comics equivalent of mutants. I got the event Armor Hunters. Really glad I bought this. This is an amazing event. Hands down one of the best events I've read in the past few years. And Quantum and Woody, one of the funniest books you will ever read in your life. Seriously, if there's any Valiant title you check out, this is the one. Pick it up ASAP. The library editions I have, no Hellboy unfortunately. I probably will never get them. They're just too expensive, and I just don't have the money to spend on those. So I've got the Goon Volume 1, 2, 3, and 4 are solicited. They are available for pre-order on Amazon. If that's how you buy your comics, do it now. I want to see more library editions. They are amazing, especially for the Goon. Really good stuff. Hilarious, fun, great artwork. Eric Powell is a madman, but he's doing great stuff. For those of you that don't know, the Massive Volume 1 Library Edition is actually available now for pre-order as well. Brian Wood has also announced that, and I've seen it available as well, the Massive 9th Wave, which I think is a mini-series that he just recently started, is also available for pre-order. So let's support Dark Horse with these. They are fantastic. I've also got Fear Agent. This is volume 2, and this is volume 1. Into my Omnis now. Once again, I've really got to apologize for the way this is all sorted out. My collection is just all over the place, especially with the way it's collected. Again, basement renovations. So, let's start with the Vertigo pile since it's the smallest. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I actually found this at a local comic book store. This is the hardcover edition. Really hard to find, out of print. The paperback is almost out of print, so amazing stuff. I mean, this is Alan Moore, Kevin O'Neill's fantastic artwork at its best. Sleeper Omnibus, you guys have all read this. Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips, in their early days, amazing. The one and only Grant Morrison Animal Man Omnibus, a work of art, and Grant Morrison's Invisibles. That's all I got for Vertigo. For all I know, I mean, I'm missing Doom Patrol, and I think that's it. One other thing that I realize I haven't talked about yet, now that we're on the topic of Grant Morrison, is this bad boy right here. 18 Days, like I mentioned in my tag response video, I'm actually reading the comic that is based on this sort of concept book. And the reason I got this concept book is for one, Grant Morrison, and for two, the amazing artwork. Seriously, look at that. So detailed, so beautiful. I mean, you can just sit here and drool all over this stuff. Let me find another page for you guys. Amazing stuff. Just lose your... You spend so much time staring at the artwork. And you know, the first 3 issues I think have scripts in here. The first 3 issues are actually out, so it's not really worth much anymore. On to the next pile. The first part of my Marvel pile, this is going to be a huge one. Marvel puts out the most Omnis, they're the best. They used to be. More to that later in the future. Shield Complete Omnibus, bunch of Steranko, bunch of Kirby, bunch of Lee, awesome stuff, can't wait. I actually haven't read this, so I can't wait to read this. Deadpool and Cable, formerly known as Cable and Deadpool. This is Fabian Etiez's run, amazing stuff. The Deadpool Classics Omnibus, which I did an overview for. If you want more information, this is a pretty new omnibus at the time of recording, so check out my video. Wolverine and the X-Men. Didn't expect much when I read this. Really enjoyed it. Jason Aaron is a very talented writer. He can write almost anything. Infinity Gauntlet. We all know and love it. If you don't know, I'm part of a comic-related podcast, and we actually did a 3-part sequel for this, for the main event anyway. So be sure to check that out, and be sure to grab this while you can. With the movies coming out, this is going to run out real quick, if it hasn't already. Ghost Rider by Jason Aaron. Got this on eBay for, I think, $50. So it was used when I got it. It's not in the best condition, but it's still amazing. I was really glad I bought this. It's one of the thinner books, but the content is definitely awesome. And lastly, Powers by Brian Michael Bendis and Michael Avon Oeming. Amazing stuff. There's a lot of bonus content in here. I think El Cornu 8 has done an overview. Check that out. It's a really great book. If you haven't picked it up, pick it up. If you love the show, especially pick it up. Okay, more DC, more Marvel. Let's start with the Marvel because we just finished with it. Secret Warriors by Jonathan Hickman. Found this at a local comic book shop. They were selling it at the US cover price, thankfully. I am Canadian, so that saved me 15 Canadian dollars or so. Wolverine by Jason Aaron. Found this actually online for $40 on Amazon. Awesome stuff. Really glad I found it. Annihilation Conquest. Now, I don't have Annihilation, unfortunately. Stupid me. I didn't buy it when it was on... when it was in print on Amazon. And I've seen it at a local shop. But it's $144 here, and I just can't bring myself to spend that much. Conquest is still awesome. Star Wars 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to be honest, I kind of regret buying all of these. They're good reads, but the binding and just in general, now that I think back, the stories weren't that great. So if you haven't picked those up, I don't know. If you're a big Star Wars fan, go for it. Otherwise, I can't really recommend them. But I can recommend this, Wolverine by Mark Millar. You've got his story with John Romita Jr., Enemy of the State, and Old Man Logan with Steve McNiven. So pick this up while you can. I have the feeling it's going to go out of print soon. Okay, now here's my DC pile real quick. Jeff Johns Teen Titans, currently reading it. Good stuff. I mean, Jeff Johns, right? Speaking of Jeff Johns, Brightest Day. This is going to fit in really nicely with the Green Lantern Omnibuy that are coming out. I've got Superman The Golden Age, Volume 1. I've got Volume 2 pre-ordered. Cannot wait. I love Golden Age, love Silver Age, love Bronze Age. Every age, I love comics. Anyway, Orion by Walter Simonson. This is unfreaking real. I had no idea I would enjoy it so much. Really recommend it. If you like Walter Simonson, this is a book to pick up. Hawkman by Jeff Johns really ties in nicely with the JSA books. Glued binding, it's probably the worst fucking binding you'll find, but it's still a good read if you can work your way past that. Batman Golden Age, again, got Volume 2 pre-ordered, cannot wait, love Batman. And Superman Death and Return, I've showed you guys this before, not much to say about it. The death is pretty cool, return is mediocre. Picks up a little by the end, but nothing too crazy. Second last round. So let's start with the Vertigo pile. iZombie Omnibus. Showed you guys this in a haul. If you're interested in it, check out that haul. Planetary Omnibus. Most of you guys have this. Amazing stuff. Warren Ellis with a very young John Cassaday. Great stuff. Next up, we've got my Marvel pile. Whatever is left of it anyway. I'm too lazy to count. Uncanny X-Force by Rick Remender. This went out of print really quickly. I got a copy of it new. It looks really used now, mostly because I've read it about 4 or 5 times. Followed by his Uncanny Avengers, which was a good follow-up, not as good as Uncanny X-Force. And lastly, one of my OG Omnis as well, the Deadpool by Joe Kelly Omnibus. Awesome stuff. Best Deadpool stuff you'll ever read. If you want to check out Deadpool, this is the place to go. And the finale of my DC Comics Omnis. Wonder Woman by George Perez, Volume 1. Volume 2 is already solicited. I cannot wait for that. I think it's just him writing as opposed to doing writing and artwork. So, either way, I'm still excited for it because the story in this is great. Next, JSA Volume 1. 2 and 3, of course. Seriously, some of the best content you will read from Jeff Johns. I wish I had his Flash books, but I don't, which leads me to my next set, Green Lantern Volume 1 and Volume 2, which is all that's out right now. Volume 3 I'm going to get as soon as it comes out. Can't wait for that. And yeah, again, I love Jeff Johns. He's an amazing writer, and he can do no wrong. Last but not least is my Absolute Edition collection. I'm going to start off with this pile. First off, Absolute All-Star Superman. If you can't tell by now, I love Grant Morrison, and this is a story that brings tears to my eyes every time. So good. I'm really glad I got this in the Absolute Edition, especially with Quitely's artwork. Absolute Watchmen. I actually picked this up on eBay for about 40 bucks. The sad thing is the binding is coming apart completely. It wasn't like that when I started reading it, when I first flipped through it a few times. It just is really sad stuff, but hopefully I can get that fixed at my local bookbindery. I've got the Absolute Dark Knight. Picked this up at my local comic book shop. the one I got most of my 50% off stuff at. This I paid full cover price for, $100, totally worth it. Dark Knight Strikes Again is a bit, people dislike it. I don't hate it as much, but it's not my favorite. Still great to have that. Absolute Transmetropolitan Volume 1. Cannot wait for the second one. Great stuff. Warren Ellis, Derek Robertson, amazing stuff. And Big Damn Sin City by Frank Miller himself. I powered through this when I first got it. It was my first time reading first time reading Sin City, and I absolutely fell in love. Speaking of falling in love, The Sandman. So this is Volume 1 of the Absolute Edition. These are just, you can just stare at them all day. They are gorgeous. That's Volume 1. Volume 2. Love it. These are great. I also got these on eBay. $70 a pop. Totally worth it. No regrets whatsoever. This is an amazing series. If you haven't read... Sorry about that. If you haven't read Sandman, you really should, and this is the best way to do it. Volume number 4. I haven't picked up volume number 5 just because it's a bunch of extra stories. Maybe I will in the future. Not too sure right now. And lastly, my absolute V for Vendetta. Oddly enough, I have not read this yet either, but I'm really looking forward to it. I've loved everything by Alan Moore that I've read so far. So those are all of my absolutes. I've got quite a bit. I love absolute editions. I mean, Big Damn Sin City isn't one, but kind of counts as one because of the dimension size. But that about rounds up my entire collection. I'm going for viewing this. Damn, that was exhausting. I didn't think I had that many books, but yeah, I've basically gone from a full book rack to this. It's completely empty. And it's my turn to fill it back up. Thanks. This is Dr. Chernick again. Until next time, you stay classy, Internet.